What's the word, everybody on YouTube? My name is Miaa Beee, and welcome back to my channel. This is a disclaimer. These events in this story are serious, but the girl, the main character, I'm the main character, but my close friend, JP, is fine now. She's okay. So when I make jokes, it's not to offend anybody. Watch the video and you tell me if it wasn't a funny situation and you see why I'm trying to make light of it. So yeah. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment in that order. Today's video is going to be a story time. There's no cap when you see the title, Moments After I Met the Love of My Life, Christopher Maurice Brown. One of my best friends got hit by a car. So I'm gonna just tell y'all how this went down. So Chris Brown has been the love of my life since 2008. No exaggeration. I used to love Chris Brown. Like, I used to get in full-blown arguments about Chris Brown. I was one of them. Yes, I was one of them. But I had never had the opportunity to go to any of his concerts or anything until I was in high school, like junior year, and Chris Brown was supposed to be coming to St. Louis for a concert. And I was like, bet. I busted a couple moves, I made a couple plays, I hit a couple jugs, I made a couple calls. Yeah, I ended up getting tickets and I was too geeked. I was hyped. And this was during like the Mike Brown 1 year anniversary, I believe. I hit her one of my closest friends. She like just as Chris Brown crazy as me, basically. We planned to buy the tickets. It was set. I was able to get the meet and greet tickets. Did I give my friend a name? I don't think I did, but we're gonna call her JP. Shout out to JP. What's the word, JP? JP wasn't able to get the meet and greet tickets, so I was going to do the meet and greet. Before the details of that could even come out, we could even situate on trying to set that up and see how we was gonna do that and plan that. Chris Brown canceled his concert in St. Louis because, like I said, it was around the time of Mike Brown. Yeah, it was gonna be the year anniversary and they thought it was gonna be more riots and stuff around the area. I ended up hitting up my dad about it, and he was the person who originally bought the meet and greet tickets, made a couple plays, I hit a couple jugs and the tickets to the concert for me. He was like, okay, are there any dates in Chicago? Because he's from Chicago. And I was like, yeah, it was a date in Chicago, like the second day of school. And he was like, okay, I'll take you and one friend of yours to the concert. She ended up asking her mom. I think her mom just wanted to talk to my dad or something, you know, parent stuff. So they talked. My mom was okay with it and everything was all good. The plan was we were going to go to Chicago, get ready at his house. We were going to go to the meet and greet that was before the concert that I was going to attend while JP waited with my dad. Then when the gates opened for everyone else after the meet and greet, JP was going to come in and we were going to find our seats and we were going to enjoy the concert. Fast forward. The plan is going smooth. The plan is going fine. We do everything and that was set in the plan. And then I went in to do the meet and greet. Everything was taking a long time though. Like, this was an outside arena, by the way, if y'all know what those look like. And we was all waiting, it was all geek. But the time, we looking at the time and the concert time is getting closer and closer. I didn't even say none of this. Like, I'm actually embarrassed of what I wore. It was like one of them situations. I don't have anything to wear and I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing that and I wore that to that. So I just end up wearing jeans, a t-shirt. Y'all see the picture, and putting my hair in a puff. I don't know. I just knew that didn't matter that day. When Chris Brown saw me, it was gonna be a love connection. He was gonna scoop me up and take me away, and we was gonna run off into the sunset and get married, and that's all I cared about. So we waiting in line, and then they was like, okay guys, so we're just gonna let you go to your seats right now, and we are gonna do the meet and greet at the end of the concert. So I'm like, I'm gonna meet the love of my life after I'm sweaty and done sweated out my gel down edges. She ended up coming in when the gates are let open. We end up meeting up. We end up going to sit in our seats. We didn't have bad seats. We was like in the 10th row or something like that. But as time kept progressing and time was going on, we noticed that people wasn't showing up to take seats like closer. So we was hopping and we ended up getting in like the 4th row. Tiana Taylor performed. She was a great performer. Betty Wap had me hyped. And then Omarion performed. He was a great performer too. He was small, but he was a great performer. Then Chris Brown came out. The crowd, like, this wasn't my first concert because I had went to the Scream tour, but this was the first concert I seen that many people going that crazy. People was passing blunts. People was drunk as a mug. You could smell alcohol on everybody. Me and JP was sober as a mug, but still was having the time of our lives. So the concert was over. They started separating people, and it was like, people who have meet and greets, come over here. And then we end up separating. She said she was gonna wait outside. Right outside, like where I was gonna be let out, and then I was like, okay, bet. We end up waiting again for Chris to, I don't know, shower or something. He probably made a post on Instagram, I love you, Chicago. Like, this man was taking so long. Might I add, I should have just not have went to meet Chris Brown because my friend couldn't. Like, but no, I was so thirsty to meet this man. I was like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He's going to see me. He's going to fall in love. We're going to get married. But anyway, I'm standing in line. We had to walk up this place and walk up this way and go down here. They had us waiting right here, had us waiting right here, had us waiting right here. Oh, my gosh. We finally get up to, like, the main hall of where Chris Brown is in this room Chris Brown in. I can see at the end of the hall there's this table and then this big old black man. They telling people to put their phones in the bowl before they go into the room with Chris Brown. So I'm like, okay, well, that sends plan A, B, C, D, and E out the window. I'm not gonna get any selfies with him. Like, I don't know what I thought it was. I'ma tell you this, I did not get my money's worth, Mr. Brown. I didn't. I'm sorry. We wait in. I'm talking to the people in line. We geeked. I'm excited. I'm like, I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this. Okay. So I get up to the table. He's like, place your phone in this bucket, whatever, whatever. And then I'm going to tell you when to go in. So the dude say you could go in. I'm walking in there all shy and slow. Like, it's one camera on a tripod, like in front of where he was sitting. So I go in, I sit next to him, we do the little meet and greet thing. It just went by so fast, and he didn't fall in love when he looked into my eyes. I didn't do anything spectacular. It was, hi, where you from? Oh, I do remember what happened, bro. I said, I'm from St. Louis, and then he was like, oh, it wasn't my fault. It was my manager's fault because he didn't want to interfere with the Michael Brown stuff that was going on. And we looked up and we took the pictures, like, and that was it. And I'm like, dang, I didn't even get to confess my love. Once I was done with the meet and greet, I went out. JP was waiting on the outside, waiting, talking to somebody. So I meet up with her, and then we end up making our way over to the parking lot to wait on my dad or to see if he's somewhere over there or to call him or whatever. I end up taking out my phone, calling my dad. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, 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 ring. Y'all probably guessed it, he ain't answer. Y'all probably guessed it, he ain't answer. I called him not once, twice, 3 times. Knowing me, I called him about 14 times. I really was blowing him up, and he did not answer not one call. This was early in the morning, so I was assuming this man was asleep, right? For all I know, he was asleep. I'm saying that to this day, he was asleep. So at this point, we're making our way to the entrance, back to where the cars are coming. They're like trying to meet him, see if he's on his way. Maybe his phone died, or maybe he not paying attention. He blasting music or something. I don't know. So we're making our way over there. We end up bumping into like 2 Hispanic girls. I think I had met them in the meet and greet, if I'm not mistaken. And we end up all walking and talking. So we get to the entrance to where the cars are coming. At this point, they're clearing people out. They're like, you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get off our lot. The smart, bright, young woman that I am, I said, it's cool. We could just start walking like to a gas station or something, find somewhere so we could get something to eat, get something to drink. We've parched, we've been yelling and stuff. Let's just start walking, and maybe he'll bump into us, wake up, or we'll be in the safety of a gas station or something. When I say that, the other girls are like, okay, we'll go with you. JP, me, one girl and one girl. We walking like 2 and 2, like this. JP is by the street. Another girl is by the street. A girl's behind me and I'm directly in front of her. And we're walking, we're talking. And like, yeah, girl, oh my gosh, you got that poster. Look what poster I got. Did you get that poster? What you say to him when you met him, girl? We walking. Everything normal. We making our way down. It's like this bridge at this point. And you know how bridges are, like creeks are under it, not like rivers or anything. It's like a creek under it. The road like gets wider and the little narrow part on the side, you can't pull over on the bridge. Like that part gets narrow. So we weren't in the street, but we were still walking on the side in the forest. Now even closer together, walking like that. It was dark. It was cars driving past with their lights on, but barely even that. So we was good. We walking out of nowhere. Doo-doosh, doosh. I see papers flying around at this point. I hear 3 big thuds. 2 Hispanic girls were in distress, like yelling in Spanish, cussing and all sorts. They on the ground. JP is also on the ground, like in distress, like, but looking like in complete shock. And I'm just standing there, literally the only one who didn't get hit. And I'm just in shock. Like, this happened in seconds. And I looked over, I see them on the ground. I look up, I see a car braking. And then I guess they realized what happened. And then they sped off. I don't know if they was trying to see if the people they hit were alive or what, but that person didn't have their lights on, and they sped. They hit 3 people and drove the heck off. I mean, like I said, this was after a concert. They were smoking and drinking, but they really drove off. Once I saw them speed off, I looked back at JP and I run over to her first, of course. I'm saying her government name, like calling her name, trying to see if she okay, like, is she good, at least trying to help her up. I'm like, JP, 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 JP. She looking back up at me like, JP. Like, I'm over her. I'm trying to see if she good. I'm trying to help her up. Like, I'm like, you gotta say something right now. Like, I'm like, I'm finna panic. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, you gotta say something. I guess she was in shock. She was just hit by a freaking car. And she finally said something. I just bust out laughing, bro. And I laughed, bro. She like, did I seriously just get hit by a car? Like, somebody needs to call the police or something. Like, it was like I giggled from me being uncomfortable and not knowing to do. It was just like, once she said something, I was just like so relieved, so I laughed. But once she started mentioning police officers, I stopped laughing because my daddy got warrants. He ain't going into detail about that to nobody. I didn't know if he had warrants in Chicago or not. I didn't even want to test that out. But by the time that was over and I was like, okay, I'm finna call the police, my dad finally called back and I'm like, JP just got hit by a car. Yes, she just got hit by a car. They hit us. It was 2 other girls. Like, I'm explaining him the situation. So he ends up pulling up to where we was and getting out the car like, are you okay? Asking her, was she good? It was a miracle, first of all, that I was not touched and I was not hit. The second miracle was that JP had a ripped skirt, but she, and scrapes on her legs. Her hip was hurt. Don't get me wrong, but she was conscious. She was alive and well. She didn't go to the hospital. She was like, she good. We got her bandaged up, patched up, got her some pain relief, and she was good. The 2 Hispanic girls behind us was also okay when my dad had pulled up. We all had got in the car, went to the gas station. After that happened, I felt so bad because the reason we was walking was because my thirsty self couldn't wait till my dad picked up or called my grandma, called somebody else to see if they could get in contact with him. I gave up too easily and I was like, we could just walk to the stove, get some drinks and food and wait on him. That'll make the wait easier. Like, that's one of the dumbest decisions I have made in my life because it could have costed the life of one of my closest friends. So I'm like, oh my gosh, her mama never gonna let me do anything with her ever again. My mama not gonna let me do anything with her ever again. Her mama gonna kill my daddy. My mama not gonna let me do anything with my daddy no more, because my mom was already, if y'all look back at my videos, I have a whole video telling my mother that I got my tongue pierced, and that should tell you how strict. Like, go check that video out, first of all. That video was like a year ago, and I'm 22 years old. So I was like, yeah, I'm never going to be able to do anything ever again. We had a long ride back home. We finally got back. We ended up meeting up with her mom, explaining what happened. Her mom was mostly just happy that her daughter was alive and well. Like, not well because she was hurt, but she was good. But we got out the car and I was bawling, my daddy was bawling, and we was both crying because we both felt bad. And at that moment I looked at him, I said, that's where I get this from? 'Cause why are you crying? At this point, why am I crying? But why are you crying? Mr. Not answering the phone. We was going to try to avoid telling my mom this whole situation. Me and him both agreed it was not going to be a good decision to tell her that. My mother is watching this video, mouth probably dropped when she saw the title. Hello, yes, this did happen. And yes, we did conspire in that way to keep this from you. And as far as I know, we have been successful. We was like, she can't know about this. He took me to a Walgreens, like right by the neighborhood I live in, and we got some eye drops for my eyes, so they wouldn't look red and like I've been crying or none of that. We put them in both our eyes so he wouldn't look like he was crying either. We went back to my house. Thankfully, my mother was not there. I don't know where she was, running errands. She was doing something that she was not there. He ended up dropping me off. We ended up saying bye. I told my mama I was home. I took a nap before work and everything. That's how my best friend got hit by a car after I met Chris Brown. Like, all I wanted was some snacks and some juice. But thank God my friend is alive and well this day. That could have went crazy. But that is that story. Thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Let me know what else y'all want to see from me in the comment section down below. Check my description box. If you want it, you gotta go and get it. So go ahead and get to work. And I'll talk to y'all in my next one. Bye.